Hello everybody, it's Chibi, and today I want to be asking a very important question. How did Fairy Tail come back from hiatus? I mean, it seems like it's logical how it came back because of popularity, but I mean, let's look at Bleach for instance. Bleach went on a hiatus and it's never came back. It hasn't been no word on it since that would ever get another anime adaptation. It's been thrown to the back burner. So how did one of the big three like Bleach that was really popular never get another anime adaptation, but Fairy Tail is managed to come back from hiatus that was in the similar situation that Bleach was? How did this happen? How did Fairy Tail manage to come back from almost the brink of death? Well, I have a couple theories on this matter, so I'm going to go into the different topics of how I feel Fairy Tail honestly managed to come back from almost completely being axed as an anime completely altogether. So first things first, factors usually that play in are usually popularity and sales. That's what usually plays in for a manga getting an anime adaptation. And as we all know, Fairy Tail was doing rather well in its manga sales and anime sales. It was doing really good. The only reason why actual Fairy Tail got canceled at the time was because it got too close to its source content, the manga, and it had to axe the anime because they didn't want to go into endless filler arcs, which I really commend A1 Pictures that did this to Fairy Tail because it allowed the manga to get further ahead from the anime and it allowed it to where we didn't have endless filler that, you know, the other big three really succumbed to, like, for instance, Bleach and Naruto. I want to tell you, I'm not a hater of any of the big three and I love Fairy Tail. I'm a big fan of all of these series. I'm just going to let you know, majority of the big three fall into the factor of endless filler that goes into arcs that are just completely downright awful. Let's just be honest here. Usually filler is downright bad in the big three. And Fairy Tail did a couple of filler arcs, which was pretty good, but at the same time, it was going into that same endless cycle that what the big three was trying to do. So I feel like Fairy Tail going on a hiatus and actually stopping from the filler of destroying its rankings and actually the enjoyment out of the series really saved it all around. Because, I mean, let's look at Bleach, okay? Let's look at the big topic like Bleach. Since Bleach technically is on hiatus right now, and it has been no word that it's ever going to be coming back until probably the manga ends, I want to get into the topic of that. So supposedly, Bleach, as we all know, had so much filler. I think it had over 100 or 150 episodes of filler, and it always put filler in the worst possible times right before an epic fight. We all should remember these certain filler episodes, and one of the major arcs with the Aizen build-up arc, oh my god, those arcs. But they always had filler arcs that just completely destroyed the fan base of the anime community. Because when you see an anime constantly going into these filler arcs, and it's just progressing the life of the anime, because it's getting too close to the manga, so they have to instantly go into a filler arc in the middle of a fight, it really destroyed the pacing of a series like Bleach. And so I feel like that's what made the popularity die down on Bleach, and why it technically has not gotten from hiatus yet, why the anime hasn't came back, because we haven't really seen the popularity of the anime come back. Even though there's a big fan base, I know there's a big fan base of Bleach, we all can probably agree the reason why Fairy Tail honestly came back was because of how awesome the anime of Fairy Tail really was. Let's look into the factors of exactly what our writer, Mashima, has done for the Fairy Tail series. As you all know, he's the writer. He writes Fairy Tail. He actually, once the anime got canceled, he even said, oh, good news, don't worry, Fairy Tail's not over yet. He even did this in a Twitter post. But if we notice, since the time Fairy Tail got canceled as an anime, he started putting out multiple chapters ever since his anime got canceled. He started putting out 2 chapters to 3 chapters. I remember when the current arc, the Grand Magic Games, ended, he put out 3 chapters for the ending conclusion. And if anyone knows how crazy it is for an actual mangaka to release 3 chapters, 1 week, 3 chapters, that's fucking insane. It really is. If you have ever read Bakuman, you should know exactly the kind of lifestyle manga artists really have to deal through. They have so many deadlines, and for a manga artist to take the time out of his hands to be able to write 3 chapters in under a week and release them and have the quality consistent is a fucking monstrous. It really is. Mashima is a monster with how many chapters he's released since the anime got canceled. He's had so many different spin-offs and OVAs linking to other series like the 7 Deadly Sins. He's had other little side story OVA type chapters just to get content enough for the anime to come back on air. Personally, the major role I think that played into the anime coming back was Mashima's determination. It really was probably his determination that allowed the anime to come back. It really showed how much he really cared for the series, constantly putting out chapter after chapter, and it really kind of reminds me of Bakuman, the story of Bakuman, how, you know, pretty much the writers were so determined to get an anime, they would continue putting out chapters as much as they can, and they would force themselves to the very limits. And that's kind of the way I see Mashima in this entire light. I mean, you can really see as a manga artist, he definitely has the determination and the will of how much he loves this series. You really see how much love he puts into a series, and I commend him for that. Mashima is definitely a damn freaking badass when it comes to a manga writer. So, Honestly, in my entire theories and the honest conclusion of this entire topic, how Fairy Tail managed to come back from a hiatus when Bleach, one of the big three, has not came back from hiatus, is because of the determination of Mashima. That is the major thing right there. I feel like he talked to animation studios to get his anime back, and they probably challenged him to write so many different chapters to be able to increase the gap between the anime and manga. So all in all, tell me, do you agree with my topic and theories I brought up in this video? Did you enjoy this video? Let me know in the comments below. Do you feel like this was the reason why Fairy Tail managed to have another chance as an anime adaptation? Everybody, I love you so much, and anyways, ride that Fairy Tail hype fiber. It's fucking badass. And if you haven't started Fairy Tail yet, go watch it. It's fucking awesome. So anyways, everybody, I love you so much. Chibi out.